take your picture? You don't want to do it there? Yeah. You always know. Yes. You want to take your pretty picture? Yeah.
You guys,
Show the whole world. Show everybody. Yeah. Oh, what? Are you sick of looking at my face? Huh? No. Oh.
Expressive look.
Yeah. Did you get a little tickle?
hold her up a little bit and let me see her. Oh. Tom, I don't see you in that picture.
Come on, Daddy. Or I'll claim her. You know. Of course, I'm not your dad, am I?
No, something look funny here.
So cute. I love her eyes. I kind of shape her face. I thought. Just cute little cheeks. And a little well, that's your shape, isn't it?
Chin.
Cheekies and you gotta look up. You gotta look up to it and see your face. Is it going now?
Yeah.
Amber. Oh, we're gonna rub your eyes now. Okay, can you see this? Okay.
Now I'm taking Bruce.
I took a better look at that frame, Jerry. It would cost as much to fix the frame as to get a new one, be better off. About,
Amber. Look over. Oops. He's not on you now. This camera's gonna be on. Getting the old movies in the house.
the moving car.
The moving car, the people, the dog. Everything.
No! Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's hard. You don't notice the cat right away.
No, he sends flowers.
Facade. You should film Amber next to the facade.
She was mad at us. I picked her up, rescued her, so she was mad at Natalie. So I'd bring her over here and look at Natalie, and she would look at her,
this.
turn her head.
And he'd bring her back for me.
We'd go like
She was
this.
just like that. And she'd see me, and she'd turn her head and bury it in his chest sometimes, but 4 times.
She's starting to awful young manipulating you guys.
Wait.
Venus is gonna have to leave all the sides and the colors.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See ya.
Well, maybe we'll walk out this way.
Bye, Tom. Bye, Natalie. Bye, Amber.
Bye-bye.
please don't do this to me.
I look so good.
Please.
Dad,
Jace.
just let me.
It can be erased, JC. Stop what you're doing. You can see what a grouch you are.
This is not funny. I look gross.
You don't look gross to me.
I do look gross.
Let me see you do a hand thing.
Go in the trailer.
Let me get to the side. Now I'd come this way.
What do you mean, come this way?
From that end.
Okay, what else?
Whatever.
Well, I can't do a hand thing. I could.
Look this way though when you do it.
That's tiring.
The meal, for the meal.
That's the way they're supposed to do it, as far as I know.
Okay. Smile.
I know, I feel always so conscious, I saw him.
May not be true. They transferred all? They transferred just. Oh, we're sure. Can't. So, have you ever seen the movie Jesus Stand? Now we have the other. So I sent over one of these video transfers. People send transfers.
So you went through and eliminated.
What did you say? I thought I heard you say something. Oh.
But I had kind of liking the wish that gentleman. And I thought, he said, yeah, there's a and I opened it, it was a letter from the
They have a tour with the Metropolitan Museum of New York where the meal there, professors through Germany and tour was to work on. I don't know where, I haven't read it very much, but it's already called Danube River and a boat. But it's a weekend. We'll see. It's very hard for us to take 2 weeks. We've never done it. In fact, we'll see maybe this time. Yeah. Sounds bad. And then all the terrorists came up, they've been there for a long time. Just got to when the terrorists came and got scared off.
Is there a lot of
Traveling. Who said outside? And I said, what's happening? She said, Everybody's here.
Grandma.
Hey. Hi, Richard. Put that on your lap. Take that away. Get everybody in there. Get these people that we don't.
Everybody with their dark glasses on today.
I wear. I can't have.
I'm blind as a bat if I don't have. Me too. Richard, what do you think you're doing? Go there. Go over there. Go over there.
Yeah, the camera is upon. Yes.
Well, I bet it's almost as warm up here as it is down there.
I can't keep them straight. These two are mine. We used to do that. Yeah. And the other
Don't just wave, say something.
Something!
It's not enough.
Something else! Does that mean that's a talkie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a talkie. We're getting married!
What'd you say? We didn't hear you.
We're getting married!
You want to say it again?
Yes!
We're getting married. Sweetheart. I wouldn't want that. And I better not get that. Yeah. I would take, if I had to have an extreme, I'd that with the short. Keep the short. Yeah. Daddy, where are the keys?
Yep. Come on, sucker. Man. I'm getting glare from the window.
They're all getting out up there.
Up where?
Right here.
Did you bring your VCR?
Who said it ain't what?
It ain't moving.
Oh,
Trying to
well.
break him of saying that word.
It's been on the tube
What would
there for
happen if
ages.
After how many years? Why would you even want to try?
I do what?
Yeah,
No. Borrow it. We're still looking.
I'm just trying to prove to.
Is that right? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I got your picture.
Yeah, look at this neat thing.
You don't have a couple.
Here, we need to make.
You'll be glad someday.
I have been so glad.
We could move these
I
chairs.
think.
Now, where did John get? This is where you are, John. Your son.
Yeah, but these.
I really don't know. Just have to say, I really consider it.
Grandma
I
sent
don't
a
think
picture.
it's going to have any, but I don't know. She said it.
Where do you want the chair?
Oh, just pull it up and something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, Grandma.
Mom, did you find your picture yet?
No, I wasn't there. You're up in front.
Okay.
That's fine. Yes, sir.
Where's it?
Yeah, right here. That's Grandma Gertrude.
Thank you.
What are the pictures for? What? Right here.
Let me go get it. Huh? I'll get it. Let's go through them.
Okay, let's go.
Not to hold it on me very long because you'll break it. I don't like the act, honey. They're all good. But anyway.
Well, it's right in, so we just.
So we really had, like, we're all down here. At least you would see our girl. Dick.
Yes, ma'am.
Our son-in-law's taking videos.
What do you think about this day?
It's a wonderful day.
Are you filled now from your dinner?
Oh, yeah.
Feel pretty well? Looking forward to the big festivities coming up?
Yep.
Sitting in front of a lot of packages. When are you going to open them up?
I don't know.
You waiting for everybody to come along here, are you?
Waiting for my wife to get here and start out.
I saw her back over by the.
Yeah, she's down there.
Yeah.
Somebody call me?
Yeah, I did.
Yes,
You and Mary go over there.
We have to sit beside our dad here.
You do.
Yeah. Because it's being recorded and we're being
And we have to say things, and you have to respond to it.
And you have to say how lovely we are and how fantastic. And we're going to say how fantastic you are.
Sit in closer, please. Sit in closer, girls.
These chairs are too big. I can't sit in it. Much closer.
Now, well then,
Beloved Dad, right
snuggle
here.
him a little bit.
We'll snuggle him, won't we? We'll all put glasses.
You don't have sound enough.
Oh, yes. It's the thing you keep forgetting all the time.
That's right. I know we rented one and we had.
Right. And suddenly there is your voice. Yes.
What day is this, Jerry?
Today is the anniversary of our mom and dad. It's July 5th.
1986.
July 5th, 1986.
That's right.
Saturday.
And this is the headmaster here.
I was just going to say, you going to introduce the handsome guy
This is the
there?
handsome
Look
headmaster.
at the camera over there, Dad.
Words will not change fact.
What are the facts, Dad?
That he's the headmaster. What do you think?
Okay. Always have been, always will be, right, Dad?
Yeah.
What do you think of your crew out here?
Oh, they've been no other one like it.
No. Isn't it wonderful to have them out here?
Just fabulous.
Trying to soak it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All fun.
Well, when Richard plays this back for you, you'll hear it all and see it all.
Don't you have any good questions for Grandpa?
Let me see.
I mean, if you were saying something of great import that were to be cast on television tonight, what would it be?
What is your greatest advice to anybody to try to live 50 years together? The world would like to know. Just speak into the microphone here.
Just love each other.
Love each other with all your heart, right? Yeah. What else?
What else?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Now you've been giving advice to people all these years. What advice do you give to the rest of us here? We're only halfway there.
Keep on
Just
going.
keep on plugging, huh? One year on top of the other, right? Yeah.
What about your ministry, Grandpa? Is that anything to do with all this longevity and marriage?
Over here?
It could be. Sometimes it's a hindrance.
Really? Tell us why.
Not for me, but I know for some people it is.
Yeah. Well, when you think of all those people and couples you've married over the years, how many people have married?
That one is, I'll give you the first one.
Hundreds?
Oh, somewhere in around 350.
Think of all the offspring that engendered.
We've got all kinds of cameras clicking away here. We have lots of pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is a day of pictures, isn't it?
Just being together.
Got it?
These are really nice, Mary. Wow, of work.
Now see, this is yours. Yours has no pictures on it because you never sent me any pictures.
I had them. I stuck them inside my calendar thing that I keep everything in. I sent them out today after they were okay. And they're probably buried with something. I don't know what. I went to go get them and I couldn't find them.
Well, some of them I didn't have all of the updated pictures that I needed, so they aren't very updated pictures on the wall. And there's some of them that are empty pictures because I didn't have any pictures. Like,
Did you have to make the heart?
no, I didn't, but I'm going to next time because John's father has one.
How do you do it? Just soak it?
Well, you do them fresh.
Okay.
And then you put a nail, 2 nails in the nail down here, roll them around, and then you let them dry. And these were all I bought from a friend of mine had them all made out. And then John made all.
Stop, we can't hear you.
gotta say it
I
louder.
was reading to Grandpa.
No, read it out so that it goes to the
What
camera.
a special accomplishment. You have had 50-year anniversary. What a special day for you. And those who share your happy home now share your gladness too. It's a time to wish you joy and love and to only add. You're not only a wonderful couple.
Yeah, you did.
Wonderful.
That's for sure. That's a happy anniversary.
We love you very much and are so happy we're celebrating number 50 all our love, Jerry, Richard, and the girls. Beautiful. Okay. Right. Happy 50th to dear wonderful parents, Richard and Jerry.
You can just rip it open. You don't have to be.
Don't have to be fussy.
We don't have to
we're
worry
not gonna
about,
save it.
we're not worried about babies or anything.
We have to go back 50 years like you're just being married.
Oh.
So instead of having the little rings,
Well, I can't get through them.
They're tied, so you have to untie.
Oh, I. Well, I'll say you tied it tight or
Oh, I
something.
didn't do it in a knot, so you can get
There,
it out.
there.
That's upside down. H.
Oh, what is it? Oh, that's that. Oh, he wears it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hope it's not too short, but you just wear it under your shirts, okay?
Oh.
Under the shirt.
Well, you just wear it around your neck, you know, Richard wears it.
Oh, well then I won't put it on.
well, sure, you can put it on. It should hang out today anyway.
Take two cameras.
It's
Film
my
and
purse
True
back there in
Value.
the corner. On the floor.
Film and True Value.
The store, evidently.
Oh, these are the folks that work out at the
They're
ranch.
all the people from the ranch.
Oh, how beautiful.
Is that what you call it?
Dillon's?
Film and True
Dave
Value?
Potter,
That's the store
Billy.
in town, but they know Daddy, Mom.
Bob, Marianne, and
Dave Rogers,
Dave Rogers.
Billy Mesh,
oh, how nice.
Christina from the Sinises, George,
Oh,
that's
Althea.
George
Yeah,
and the terrific.
What do you think about that, Grandpa?
That's great.
Oh, wonderful. They said rip them off. So that's, oh my goodness, got another pillow.
It's not supposed to be shower, I didn't read that.
Mom, special review.
So it's just for you to put special things in that you, from today, that you want to
Oh,
put away and keep, maybe cards or I don't know, whatever.
okay.
Oh, how nice.
Well,
Maybe.
we do think. Oh, I think of their picture.
Oh, it's empty, it's for you to
Oh,
put
Or
your
a
favorite
picture
picture
of-
from today.
From today and, oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, how nice.
Somebody has come up with 5x7 photos.
Okay.
well, let's hope that somebody takes a picture today. I'd like a picture of them.
All we have to do is get a good one of them and blow it
Yeah,
up.
I think that would be
Oh, that, well,
So we
I
have
don't
to
want to
get,
put one of
how many
those
do we have
on.
left? How many do we have left?
for your 50th.
I'm getting some more.
Your mother will get put or will
Just banded.
see.
I've been so happy with that picture that he took of us. We were together last time. Did you see my lovely bag? Oh, yeah. Jerry says it's really for bride. Well, sure. And what happened to the other bag? Oh, that got taken away. But we, do you see the lovely, that is age,
Kind of fizzled out.
and mine is.
You better go back to the melody, and then we
And then what happened to the melody? I don't know what to put in, and I don't want to put our picture up. Well, maybe I should. Well, no, somebody had to take a picture of us that would fit. I said, all these pictures around. You know, so many times, messages represent the word of God.
Which one is going to start?
Jerry said they're going to try to get everything. I was so embarrassed. Really, it's been awful if I lost it.
JC, you want to come and talk to us?
Good. That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Right.
Now we have to
Where are you
find,
gonna put it?
well, I don't know, we have to find a picture to put in it. Someplace in our, we don't have a lot of room, that's our trouble.
Everything is so beautiful today here. Oh. Look at all your family pictures and all. Isn't that wonderful? What is it? No, what I wanted to ask you if you remember.
John.
Right after.
Son.
Yes, that's his family. And we remember them to ask you what you do. And we'll be asked to give money. And
Well, I hope that isn't.
and Dorothy and Dad and I, you had been always over here in Virginia and her wedding. Oh, yeah, remember you doing that? And Dorothy, and you laughed and laughed and laughed. I have written on one of your pictures down there. You my hero today. I that one. You remember that?
No,
You don't remember that? You should have seen that one.
You'll be discreet. You're discreet, that's good. No, I remember your girls said, can't you cook more food? We're starving. I said, well, I'm just a bride. I don't know how to prepare large meals yet.
I don't remember that,
You don't,
but the others stand out quite.
You know that, I hope not.
We don't have much to say now,
I hope not. I think he could.
Yeah, I can read it.
But he said this is all audio.
Yeah, it really is. But I thought that so many. Is this something that you've had for a while?
Well, you know, I had such a bad day.
Yes.
I don't know where I got it. Probably couldn't.
I hear Rose today. Everything fits perfect. Well, I thought you would take one. No. Or no flash. It's but they're wonderful. We had a big party at our house. And what are the red ones? Go back and watch them now. It's time. Yeah. But I didn't even see half of it. I just got to watch the film.
Another one.
You know.
Which one is there?
Now you know her. This is, I didn't know this is
This roll was on the carrying on the line.
And then the way
Well, we've only had it for a month.
everything now, they can take those there.
He's done some, I can't remember what he did it out, but in it.
What about the other end?
See, you just don't pull it out like you think.
Oh, did you see that?
Maybe you have to get used to it. Yeah. Carry it in your car or whatever. Well, like a camera. When you need it. Right.
It'd be good to have it, because you never know when you're driving around, you might see swine across.
Yeah, that's true. And then you hear them talking and you have no.
And another one.
Yeah, you'd be on TV, maybe in 60 minutes.
Yeah. Plenty to eat and we do with this camera. That's right. No limit.
She said, definitely.
Well, they've caught a lot of criminals and so forth now.
And she says, if no one
They
else
caught otherwise, that are in the stores.
You know, every time you sign a check at the grocery store,
Yeah, and you
there's
blame
this camera taking it.
Right.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
that was the wonderful found.
I just wasn't dressed for this today.
And the immovable force would become a part of the
The irresistible force you were.
Hey, we have to get ready to lighting on. Oh, yeah. May not shake up anybody, yeah. Maybe she wants to break action, may break that in home.
That's the old We don't get like I did 2 weeks later, you're back to work.
He was out in
And then all of them, the live.
Camera's along.
We have to have some pretty pictures taken so they can be
Put in
put
there.
in, one can be put in there.
Oh, I see. That's beautiful.
Sure, happy about him.
Oh, are we ever happy about Harold?
Just so happy.
John, why don't you talk to Harold? I'm going to get out of the way, Richard, and let John get in here so he can talk to Harold.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but it's really
Do
wonderful.
you remember when Katie and John came up to visit us on their honeymoon? Do you
Yeah,
remember? We were in Roscoe.
in Roscoe, Illinois, right on the borderline
A river?
between Wisconsin and
Yeah,
Illinois.
yeah.
And we took your pictures, and we women wore dresses clear to our ankles, and they were so tacky looking, what we think of tacky looking dresses.
Yes, but you know they're beginning to look that way again.
They are.
Teenagers. Sure.
Well, look at Julie and Jace today.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
and Christy, yeah, she got a skirt, long skirt.
Well, we're just
Oh, yeah.
want to congratulate you on your 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
I was saying, next year we'll be congratulating you on your 50th.
Yeah. Well,
What happened to your
This is, well,
doohickey there?
well, they're
Oh, it's
changing.
a little bit short, yeah.
Need to come up now.
I don't know. Do you want to say anything on this special day?
Not particularly.
You've already done it. No.
No,
got me
have you
once,
gotten
that's
the Olsen
enough.
side, the Dalfoots and the Chamberlains?
No, see, this is not a good place. I'm getting a lot of
Oh,
backlight.
are you? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to flood out a
Well,
lot.
then why don't we wait till later and we'll get the program going.
One in
Get the program going, and I'll.
over in Rocky Garden.
Where's the program? Where's the moderator? Where will the singing be? They'll be facing the, or they'll have notes, or they'll be facing out, or they'll be
Facing out.
or will they be standing here?
Well,
We haven't figured that out.
Well,
hi, everybody. This is the kind of when you have a speech planned and you forget it when you stand up here. Most important thing, of course, today is that what we are here for, the fact that our entire family is together for the first time ever, which is really fantastic, and we
Why don't you take, Dave, why don't you take the cellophane off?
this is like doing TV football or something.
yeah, roll 'em.
Okay, my finger was like this, right? Anyway, some of the decorations, I do not have current pictures, or I do not have pictures of the entire family or updated family. So if you would like afterwards, I will tell you how you can very easily do it yourself and put them on. But all of the decorations with your pictures on them are meant for you to take home. And for the children, even though they are grown up, that are not here, there is one for them also. So in a couple cases, again, I didn't have pictures, so I will have to tell you which ones you are to take home and get on to your family. And I have a little package here, the guest book. But this is a little bit different kind of guest book.
Be introduced.
Oh, okay, I didn't see you in there.
We're very thrilled by Barbara, who came over. They were very busy today, but they took time out to come over
Yeah.
and say hello to us.
God bless.
This is all I know you have. They're having a reunion or something, class reunion at their home today.
We had the parade and our grandson's in the baby contest.
Oh,
Did you win?
oh, you
Well,
got
it's
to
at
come
4
in.
o'clock,
4
so we're
o'clock.
going up
Oh,
to
you
that.
better
and
learn
then
That into.
Had a class reunion, so
Oh, we got to. you. Just
Sure
appreciate
wish
so much
you
you're
well.
taking time.
Sure wish you well. Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
stopping by. Weekend mother said, now what am I gonna do with all these pictures? They have to be on display. What am I gonna do with these cards? They have to be on display. And I said, Mother, just relax. It's all taken in there, this book, there is a place for everything for her to add in. I have started it, and it will be up to her and Daddy to finish it. But if Mother would come up and read what it says.
Maybe I can't.
Sure you can.
We celebrate 50 years plus 32, for it began with Harold Evers Olson, born August 4th, 1904. Oh my. They're all family pictures. Jimmy and Livia, where are you? And here are all our...
See if you can make it levitate.
This is Harold and Livia as small children with their father.
They don't do pictures up like this anymore, so it was too beautiful to take
Oh,
apart.
yeah.
And Virginia Ellen Brittingham, born October 11th.
Wait, don't turn it.
May I talk too fast?
No.
I hope I have the ear right.
Yeah, you do.
Don't turn it quite so fast. I need a floor director out here, you know. All right.
Got it? And these are our family pictures. There's Edith and...
That's you and Edith.
And this is when I was in college. I haven't seen these pictures for a while.
No? Quite a while.
I don't know how you got them.
Some people.
Been stealing.
Then around 1935, Harold and Virginia met, fell in love, and were married July 5th, 1936. And all of you know that are connected with our family, we always have our picture taken in stair steps, so there we are.
You know,
And
we
the
should
last
keep
one
that
was the
going.
last time we were together out at Lakewood Campground.
So one will be taken today.
Oh, and these are our wedding pictures.
Now you can very easily put those wedding pictures.
First, 1938, Lighthouse, Illinois.
Is that right, Lighthouse?
Yep. And here she is. Oh, Mary, this is beautiful. Just beautiful. And then on March 4th, 1941, Mary Livia was born in Sterling, Illinois. And there they are. There she is.
There they are.
I'm not fussed. And the family grows up. And here we are. Oh, that's wonderful. These are family picture taken in...
And I'll have everybody know that you all sent me this picture. I now have 6 pictures of this pose.
That wasn't what you were asking.
And I already had one.
So, cousins meet cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents. This is in Morrison.
This is at that old schoolhouse out in Morrison.
Oh, yeah. This is out at the folks' place in on Decatur Road.
And we have John to thank for all the lettering. He did all of the...
Oh, well, thank you, John. The beautiful.
This was in that
That's
family.
David and...
Joyce is a big David.
Right.
And then we have David and Julie, or Jerry, over here at
The
Elizabeth.
angel.
And this is...
Remember?
This is Marilyn and
Oh,
Jerry.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
In
Here's
Denver.
Marilyn with her long hair. Where's Marilyn?
The bald kid.
Yeah.
The Olsons, movie stayed put very long, doesn't it? We really did, though. Angola, Wilmette. Well, I'm not reading those in the right order.
No, that's okay. But I'm missing a lot of pictures, so you're going to have to fill in those pictures. I had a few.
Now, that was in Wilmette.
Right, and that's Angola.
This is our little cottage on Crooked Lake when we first bought it, before we did anything to it. June 30th, 1962. Jerry Olson and Richard Love were married. And they were married in the
Many
Rochelle
pictures.
Church, so here we have. And Mary Olson marries Donald Clish, April 27th, 1964, and there's her wedding. They're her wedding
These
pictures.
pictures I included particularly because of Aunt Ruth and Aunt Minnie being
Yes,
in
that's
them.
right. Family, Aunt Minnie is in here, and Aunt Ruth. That's right.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then here,
right.
I'm standing in front of you.
Sure.
Oh, my. Jennifer Clish, June 4th, 1969, and Jace Christine Love, April 3rd, 1972. So this is in Germany with Jerry and Dick and Julie. This is Jennifer, and that's down in Houston. And this is Julie with Julie. I had just had thyroid surgery there, I remember that. And there are the kids. There's Julie and Julie and Jennifer. Mary, this is just beautiful. Mary Olson marries John Doerr, June 25th, 1983.
And how did you want to word that? You wanted to change the wording on that.
It's going on tape, John, so be nice.
That's their wedding picture. Here we are together. Harold and Virginia through the...
Asked everybody to send me pictures, and this is what the result is.
And then this is when Harold became a chaplain down here at the home. And we had 5.5 wonderful years as chaplain.
Now, I would like all of you to sign in the book where it says Family Thoughts, and I just had a marker that went, it's folded in here. All of their lives and our lives. And Mom and Dad have chosen to not exactly repeat their vows, but to do a form of their vows. So prior to beginning that, John Stone is going to read about love from the scriptures of 1 Corinthians 13.
Mary, will you close that door?
Reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not love, it profiteth me nothing. Love suffereth long and is kind. Love envieth not. Love vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Love never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, love, these three. But the greatest of these is love.
Perfect love, all human thought transcending, lowly we kneel in prayer before thy throne, that
various degrees of importance. At the very heart of the service of marriage for a Christian are the vows that the man and his woman to marry recite to each other. Most of you have done the same thing. Words might be slightly different, but the meaning is the same under all circumstances. And so I stood up there, and Virginia standing beside me, and so I said to her, I take you, Virginia, to be my wedded wife from this day forward, for better for worse, for richer for poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, until death do us part.
You, Harold, to be my lawfully wedded husband, from this day forward, to have and to hold, to love and to cherish, in sickness and in health, for richer and poorer, till death do us part. Those words to us 50 years ago. But through the years, they have taken on new meaning, and today our love and our precious feeling for one another is stronger than it has ever been. And we are especially proud that our family are well enough that our attendants could be with us today. John and Ruthie and Edith and Isla. Didn't leave anyone out, did I? No. And Dorothy. So I think that's our family. But and we're so grateful for all of you for being here today. This is really significant for us.
There's that one couplet in there, for richer or for poorer. Most of us have had little experience of each. For us, it has been mostly for poorer. When we got in my old trusty Model A, late in the afternoon of the 5th of July, and headed toward Roscoe, Illinois, and the next morning we went through our assets, and I think we had about $5 and something in cash. That's the way it went through the years, in greater or smaller amounts, but never in affluence, but always enough to get along with. And so vows become life. And I'd like to say this to the younger people who are sometime in the future going to look at the possibility of marriage. Too many young people today are ready to throw it out the window as being meaningless. We know that it can be permanent and beautiful and fruitful. And so, after 50 years, I think it's a pretty good trial. And I would recommend it to everyone. Now, you don't need to. If I might have the privilege of just saying 2 or 3 things, and being, I think, the oldest person here, maybe I like to feel that I have the privilege of doing so. The first word I would like to emphasize is the word joy, gladness, and gratefulness. Excuse me. I've had a cold and it doesn't seem to want to leave. It's characteristic of life to me, especially today, as I look back on it. Probably the greatest single ingredient of life is joy and love. And thankfulness. And so first of all, I'd like to say thanks unto God for the privilege of life and opportunity and to serve Him. For all life begins and ends in His hands. And so life cannot be described, it cannot be understood until we equate it with God. And so our first word of thanks is to God for giving us this privilege of living together for these years. I think I can say today that Virginia means more to me now than she ever has before. All through this past year, which has been not a year of joy particularly, but a time of trial and sickness and indecision and so on as to what comes next. I'd like to thank God for Virginia. For without her, I could not have survived. I would not be standing here. And so my next word of thanks is for Virginia, for all that she has done and is doing, and for what she means to me. It would not have much meaning to us if all you were not here. So it's a word of thanks to you folks for being here, every one of you. And as each one came in, my face would light up. Someone that needs to be here, a part of the family, and so on. So these all describe and dominate the meaning of life. And if we didn't have the feeling of gratitude and thanks for everyone, it wouldn't mean very much. And every one of you had a part in the fabric of my life, and I hope I've done some for some of the others. One of the things that has impressed me so much from the very beginning time of illness last fall and on down to today, but the number of people who have indicated that they have prayed and are praying our welfare. And without those things, I would not have survived. Prayers of faithful friends and neighbors and others. And I thank God for these who have prayed, and many are still praying today for our welfare. So life is joy, it's labor, it's a lot of other things, but above all, it's gratitude to God for what He does for each one of us. And so, these are my words of experience through 50 years of marriage. I think that's a good enough test for all of us. If we don't have gratitude in our hearts, if we don't have thankfulness to God for what we are, what we can do, life doesn't mean very much. So, this is my final word to you, I think, at least for today, along this line. I don't know when I'll have to have another chance to say it to other people, but this has been one chance I've had and that I have taken.
And together we thank our beautiful children. Without Jerry and Mary and Dick and Julie and Jason and John, I don't know how we would have gotten through this year. And the love of our family.
Thank you all.
I think first I will quote a poem that I had planned to use as part of a worship service tomorrow. A recipe that cannot fail for homes of hope and happiness is found in just 3 vital things, which certainly will guide and bless. The first great truth is mutual love, which binds two persons into one, to honor, cherish, and to share in health and sickness, shade and sun. The second need is mutual faith in Jesus Christ as friend and Lord, for it alone can lead to life and joy and peace and strength before it. The third requirement for a home is mutual understanding in all plans and problems which arise, by which the home will lose or win. Build these three things into your home, and nothing can destroy your love, for they will bring abundant life, joy, and peace from God above. Let us pray. Our Father, we thank you for this occasion which brings us together, for the safe journey of all of us here, facing the hazards of the road. We thank you for the fellowship of this group, for the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love. We rejoice at the privilege of renewing old friendships and making new ones. For this gathering, which has never been even approximated in the past and undoubtedly will never be approximated again, in which the two families come together really for the first time. We thank you that so many of us could be here. Especially we thank you for Harold and Virginia, for his remarkable recovery from the illness which threatened to cancel, for his ability to participate and enjoy it all. We thank you for their mutual love and Christian faith and understanding through the years, for their service in the work of your kingdom. We rejoice with them in these many years and know that in everything you have worked with them and are working with them and will continue to work with them for good because they love you. And so we ask your blessing upon them and upon all of us, with all of our problems and our activities, as we separate after this affair together and go our separate ways, knowing that you will continue to be with us all.
I'm not good at giving speeches, and I won't even try. The only thing I can say is that I'm very proud to be Harold and Virginia's daughter. And the example that they have set for me has been beyond measure. I will soon turn it over to my sister for her remarks, and she's far more eloquent, so she can say all the things I'm thinking, because I can't say them very well. But before we do that, we have such talented men in our family that they are going to perform twice for us. And so the first performance of our men is going to be now. So Stoney is their leader, conductor, composer, arranger, boss man. So if he would come up and take over, we'd appreciate it.
So the men had it, could be going over.
What? I got it yesterday.
And
I mean tomorrow.
so we gave up, we made a number of sacrifices today so we could get this thing in shape. And so I'm very confident, and I want to express my thanks to these talented men.
And the others.
I don't know. So we have a medley of two hymns. It is Well With My Soul, leading to Sweeter as the years go by. make any difference to Marilyn, I don't think. She just agreed to play. It is well with my soul, and sweeter as the years go by. Okay.
When peace like the river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Sweeter as the years go by, sweeter as the years go by, richer, fuller, deeper, Jesus' love is sweeter, sweeter as the years go by. Of Jesus' love that sought me when I was lost in sin, of wondrous grace that brought me back to His fold again, of heights and depths of mercy far deeper than the sea, and higher than the heavens, my theme shall ever read. Sweeter as the years go by, sweeter as the years go by, richer, fuller, deeper, Jesus' love is sweeter, sweeter as the years go by.
Action. Roll it.
Mary is not correct. I'm not very eloquent. However, as one of the remarks that was just made really made me think that we are from the backgrounds of two people. And yet, I have never ever thought of any of the relatives as being from a side. And I think that that alone speaks so beautifully for all of us, because we are one big family. And I just wonder how many families who celebrate their 50th can say that about them, that we're all one, we're not from sides. And I wonder if any of them, how many of them have this religious flavor to it, because this is, I think, a common bond with all of us. I would like to tell you about one little incident of this past year. Last summer, Mom and Dad were at our home, and Daddy became quite ill. And Mother was staying up with him every night, and he was having an incredibly hard time with pain in his legs at night. He was pretty good during the day, but at night his legs gave him a lot of trouble. And he couldn't sleep. And Mother would be up all night long with him, trying to help him get through the night. Well, one day he looked awful. And he was on the couch all day, and he just didn't look, he felt miserable. And we were all trying various things to make him get out of this situation. And I went to our bedroom that night and prayed a long time, because to the human sense, my father was not well. And in the morning, I went down expecting to see him the way I saw him the night before. And they were in the kitchen, in the booth, eating. He was shaved, dressed, looked wonderful, and I was actually surprised. I hadn't expected the answer to prayer, which was wrong with me. But I asked what happened. And Mother told me, she said, Jerry, I just reached the end. I didn't know what to say anymore. I didn't know how to calm him. I didn't know what to say. So I just took his hand and I prayed. And I prayed. And the result was prayers were answered. And we all know that prayer is the answer to all of our needs. And over all these years, to be a daughter of these two has been a privilege. And the other night I was sitting down with a notebook and I thought, well, I'll just write some things down. And it all was phony and it all was very just trying to say the right thing. But the right thing is this, that they, through all these years, have given me and Mary an incredible example of a beautiful marriage, one where the one works with the other all the time. And of course the profession that they had was one which demanded this kind of togetherness. But the two of them together have supported each other, and in turn, I can never think of a time that there wasn't something that either Mary or I needed or wanted to do that they weren't behind us 100%. We were never rich. We never had a lot of money, but what we did have was a very established sense of high ideals and principles, of morals, and of a marriage that very seldom were there harsh words. There was always support. And I think that's just something in marriage now that we don't see a lot of. And I'm very proud of that. And I'm very proud of you. And I'm very proud to be your daughter. And to be a part of this whole family. Although we don't see each other very often, the love is there. I can feel it, and we all reach out in our own way mentally if we aren't with each other physically. So I thank you all for being here. We had hoped that this would be a different kind of a weekend, that we would be out swimming and boating and so forth. But as I sat here thinking, that's all physical activity that we all can do anywhere. We are in this room together, all sharing our love for one another and addressing it all to these two. And that's really all that matters. So I'm grateful for this day. And now we have Aunt Dorothy, who's going to do the 23rd Psalm for us, and then she has something special from her son Donald, and that will then be followed by a poem from Aunt Ruth.
And this last year, are you ready, Dick?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask, you didn't tell me whether I could go ahead or a lot of times I have trouble with the words. I can put anything to music if I have the words. So I finally, the Lord put into my mind, well, you haven't put the 59th Psalm to music. You haven't put the 147th Psalm to music. You haven't put the Lord's Prayer to music. I did all of that. Then finally I realized I hadn't done the 23rd Psalm. So I'd like to sing, quote, unquote. I am not good like Joyce. But the main reason I'm going to sing is because it is easier for you to hear. The music goes better if I sing it. But I want you to listen to the music rather than my playing or singing. And through the joy of tape, I can sing with myself. 23rd Psalm, my version. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever, forevermore. Seattle. So he was unable to be here today. So he has anniversary greetings for Harold in Virginia from Don and Susan Jane, recorded in Dolby. Now all you technicians, you know what that is. And at the same time, she is playing the recorder and he is playing his clarinet.
Same time he sings?
It's in better tune now.
Okay.
Hello, Harold and Virginia. This is Don. And Susan Jane. From Victoria. Sorry we couldn't come in person to the anniversary celebrations, but we thought we'd send our voices to let you know that our thoughts are with you on this day. As a tribute to your life together, I've arranged a song originally done by the Beatles that Susan Jane and I will now sing for you. So, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and happy anniversary. There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as loving you. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I loved you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think of my life. I've loved you more. In my life, I love you more.
So I did, and she put some music to it. So she's going to play an introduction and an ending and a little bit in the middle. Oh, wait a minute, excuse me.
tribute to Virginia and Harold on 50 years of married bliss, July 5, 1936 to July 5, 1986, by me. Once, long ago, there was a man who thought he'd like to wed, and so he called his lady love, and this is what he said. I love you so, Virginia dear. Please marry me, if you can hear. This lovely lady ran so quick to mother and to dad, and then to phone she ran and said to Harold she could be had. The year was 1936, July 5th, the day. And Harold said, yes, I will, to her, and she said, I obey. I got the dates kind of wrong. Places. Then off to Lighthouse they did go to start their life with such a glow. But there they were not long to stay, and Sterling came along their way. A baby girl in 1938, a little girl who was first rate. Her name was Edith and Geraldine, who couldn't get to rhyme any other way. Came Mary with her wistful way. No, excuse me, a sweeter child you've never seen. Then to Rochelle and Joliet, a pastor's life is never set. And somewhere on one lovely day came Mary with her wistful way. Then on they went to Morrison and later Palatine, and oh, the many friends they met as they shook hands along the line. Wilmette will always be, seem to be, the cherry on the ice cream tree. At some time in their wedded life, their little girls became a wife and moved away to make their home, and Mom and Dad were left alone. But visit soon took care of tears, and so they went on through the years. With Jerry, Julie, Jace, and Dick, the gallery was sure to click. And now with horses and with foals, they've reached in part their many goals. Retirement came, but not for long, for Harold was asked to lead the song for those who loved the lake and beach and waited there to hear him preach. His mate was never one to sit and twiddle thumbs. She did her bit to help the sick and programs do. Virginia, I'm sorry, for what they call the WMU. It's WMS, but I'm sorry. I didn't know. And then they joined Babes in the Woods and camped a lot with friends and toads, and squirrels and rabbits found their way around their campsite many a day. And then there came that one sad day when little Jenny slipped away. But friends were there to weep and share and let them know how much they care. But finally they did deign to make a final move away from lake to Warren home, where more work to do, for Harold was chaplain there, and too, his wife had visits there to make, and happiness as she would take some food and flowers and time and love to people there in this new mood. Have piano, we'll play it, was how he came. Wooing fair Mary was his game. When he said, will you? She said, yes. And now they live in happiness. It cannot be, but it is true. It's 50 years of bliss for you, of love for you. And if that phone call came again, that girl would answer just the same. Oh, wedded bliss, oh, wedded love, it came to you from God above. For when you love...
My Lord has done so wondrous fine, and murder texture fills. Its fragrance reach to this heart. world's glorious, he will come to open wide the door, and I shall enter my heavenly home to dwell forevermore. Out of the ivory palaces into a world of woe, falling his great return of love. Make my Savior all the way my Savior leads me. What am I to ask beside? Can I count his tender mercies? Who through life has been my guide? Heavenly peace, divinest comfort, here by faith begin to dwell. For I know whate'er befall me, Jesus doeth all things well. For I know whate'er befall me, Jesus doeth all things well.
We'll have punch out in just a few minutes and a few sandwiches, and sometime we want to get pictures of each family together. So somehow, some way, we would like that to be accomplished. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but between now and the time we depart, I'd like that done. I'd also like a picture of the entire Brittenham side and the entire Olson side, if we can do that in some way, somehow.
Why don't we do it right now?
Okay?
Now.
All right, now is the best time? All right.
Well, this doesn't have to be on film, but we have been requested to have music at church tomorrow morning. And how many singers will still be here with us in the morning for a 9:30 church service?
9:30?
For the men's chorus. Do we have very many that will be here? Raise your hands. Roy and John.
I'm not sure, but we'll try.
Oh, that would be
Which do you mean? You said singers and then you said the chorus.
Well, the chorus.
The chorus. I'll be here.
Well,
Is that the wrong guy in the middle fit in the stair step?
Yeah, right.
How does he fit in the stair step?
Okay, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. For the sake of those who are in the Olson family that have never been with us, this is a picture that has been taken of us since we were kids, little kids.
This way.
Somebody take pictures of them?
Did you get it, Matt?
It's got a red something in there. What is that?
It's a can.
Turn the flash bulb.
Well, which one's yours? Which camera is yours? This your camera?
But
That's
no
mine.
name.
Take it on mine.
No, it's no good.
Oh.
I can't.
And will you saw our film?
Mine? You know what you do too. You don't.
And why didn't you get one on mine, for goodness sake?
You don't.
I don't know if it is or not.
It was working.
Smile.
Smile.
Oh, Dad, that's disgusting.
Where'd everybody go?
Tell him to say cheese.
He needed it.
There.
This is for the Olson clan.
Well,
That's
you're more.
Now,
That's one honey, don't stand back.
I need
Well, let's, this is not a still to talk, would you?
We're not used to this modern stuff.
you gotta smile. You know.
Somebody want to recite a poem or something?
Not really. Silence.
Who's singing?
Your daughter.
I don't know if you can get everybody in
Your
now.
dad.
I couldn't think of anything with the getting pretty dressed.
Well, that's good. That's what
Maybe you guys should come over here more so that you could be responding. Now we're already serious. Don't make me walk in front of the camera.
Wave, everybody.
Action.
Want to get in there so we can...
I'm doing fine. I'd have to give you a quickie instruction course, and I don't think it's
not
that important.
Roy wants a picture taken.
Okay.
He's got
Ban it anyway.
We could, yeah. No, I can't. I'll fall over and then the whole gang
Hey,
will
here it's
fall.
coming. Uh-oh.
Move your mouth anyway.
Hey, what you stopping for? Keep going. Don't stop.
That's right, this isn't the one shot.
Full frame now, John. Full frame right on you. Full frame. Blink, say something nice.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that
What a ham
I'll never get up again.
Hey, Max. Say something real sweet.
Dave, look around. Oh, boy.
Looking good.
You know Brittany had to do
Now we
that.
can get up, right? Can we get up now?
No, you're down there for the duration.
I guess he's coming up now. Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, Johnny. This is a movie and a talk.
Johnny, are you
Well, don't do that, he'll faint.
Got you again, John.
John, smile or something. Show them that you're alive.
Show them your teeth.
Yeah, show them your tongue.
Act like your dad did when he was your age.
Wait a minute.
No, don't do that. And you're on camera.
Hi, Richard. Can we stand up yet?
No, you cannot stand up.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if the camera
You can see yourself
will pick
afterwards,
up,
Johnny.
or the sound will pick up the creaks and the groans.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
David, you didn't have to say that.
David, you're on. You're on.
Okay, Mike.
I'll tell you what.
That's because the flag is shiny.
Well, he's ahead of us all right there. Easy here. Is that it?
Yeah, Roy can take a picture. Somebody.
Roy, they want a picture of their family, and I'm short of scale. I only got 2 of mine.
I got one with my little one.
So I hope
I got about 1 or 2 left. I think 2 left.
Just take a look this way.
How much do you have? Take one of those.
Yeah.
You know,
You done?
I said, you're just thinking after everything.
Okay, can you get a little bit closer?
Christy, what intelligent words are you using?
Okay, that looks pretty good. Just hold it.
Okay.
The kids say about your father.
I want somebody to gotta help John. Carol and me. Don't let us forget it. Remember your
And we go. Stand over here.
so well.
Can we eat now? Since you're munching, we get to munch?
No, I'm a spinner.
Okay, now I got it. Okay, all right. Baby, this is in order of age. Hey, Jerry, you're great.
Hey, John. Show yourself.
So tip our heads.
Yeah.
Dad, give me that camera, will you? Is there any more in there? No, that was the last one? I don't want it then.
That's right.
No, you're the only one.
I mean, all those good things you don't have.
You look so
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
No, we did.
Hold it.
Take that off. This is just for looks.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else want to take it?
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Now, we take this off, Mary? Yeah.
Well, they set that down. Not where we live.
Oh, thank you very much.
Here, we have to use this.
All righty.
It'll last about 5 minutes.
That's John, thank you. Thank you, John.
I know, you need to do that.
We didn't want to get this thing going since the plant, but
Yeah, I know, it cost me enough money. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Hey, we had fun.
They enjoy being you two guys. Listen, when you come to Milwaukee in business, we want sharing each. Okay, even if it's once a year. Yes. You don't want any kid to see you.
put it on everybody's plate.
Just scramble.
Well, I guess we can go. You're not afraid of me. You're not. I want to get this.